Hi Diana, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm
Michelle?
good, thanks. Thank you so much for fitting me into your schedule. I know you said you have been very, very busy.
No problem.
Okay, well, perfect. So I'll get right down to it. And with regards to your insurance programs, do you have any questions about coverages at all?
No, I think coverages are good. I think we're good.
Okay, how about claims?
Claims? Well, claims are there. Claims are
Okay.
good.
How about servicing of your claims?
The servicing of my claims, I mean, everything just kind of gets processed, and yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, so one of the reasons we are sitting down is because your XMOD is kind of high. That's usually the result of your claims, as you know. Have you had any claims?
Recently, no. Most of the claims that we have are at least 6 months older.
Okay,
further
so
down.
you have had some claims.
Yes, we have some claims.
And what kind of claims have you had?
Workman's comp claims.
Okay, any specific, are you seeing a trend in any of your claims?
Yeah, actually, now that you ask, there has been a carpal tunnel
Okay,
and a couple back injuries.
okay.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of lifting in the back?
Yeah, in the production line, there's a lot of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when your agent came out about 30 days after your renewal, and he sat down and he pulled out your claims report and identified the claims that were open and their reserves were set a little too high. And together you put together a program to reduce those reserves so that you wouldn't be overpaying on your insurance costs. I'm curious, were you comfortable with that process?
Michelle, that wasn't done. No, we didn't really do that.
Okay, important?
Yeah, that sounds very important, actually.
Okay, well, can we put that on the shelf for a moment?
Sure.
Okay. You mentioned that you're busy.
Yeah,
How's business?
it's growing. It's doing well, actually.
What percentage would you say it's growing?
Probably from this quarter over last quarter, just annually or quarterly.
You know which? Annually, let's go annually.
We've had about 10% growth, but I'm projecting like probably it's going to be closer to 25% because our growth is kind of in the past 6 months probably.
Well, that's tremendous.
Yeah,
You can't complain
yeah,
too
we're
much
excited
about
that. Mhm.
Okay, well, that's good. And what do you think that is attributing to that?
Well, we updated some of our software, which allowed us to be able to target some new types of industries to get some new accounts. We have some pretty large couple of new accounts that our salespeople were able to pin down and get. So that's increased our production.
Okay, excellent. Well, let me ask. When your agent came out about 120 days, or about halfway through your policy period, 6 months, to review your payrolls, and he pulled out that page inside your policy that had your estimated payrolls, and then he got the 941 from your accountant, and we actually compared your actuals to your estimates and made some adjustments. So at the end of the policy period, you wouldn't be caught by surprise with a surprise audit and maybe overpaid, on some insurance costs for this year, come out of pocket with insurance money again at the end of the year. I'm curious, were you happy with the way that process was done?
No, that didn't happen either.
Okay. Can we talk about that?
Sure.
Okay. If you were to have the opportunity to have somebody come out and do your payroll review halfway through the year, how would you like to frame that? How would you like to see that happen?
Well, I mean, to do a payroll audit, our payroll is going to be different. So yeah, to be able to take a look at what our estimates, what we actually estimated our payrolls were going to be, and what they actually have been, quarter to quarter, and see whether or not our estimates are too far off or right on the money, which I doubt. That would be good.
So like
to go over.
quarterly?
No, I mean 6 months, like you said, is probably
Okay.
good enough.
Yeah, because if you've got that 10% growth, you're going to see your payroll fluctuate.
Right. That's why, the past quarter would be a good indicator as to how well we actually estimated our.
Okay, so at the end of this quarter coming up,
Yeah,
we
that'll
can
be
sit
6
down.
months after renewal.
Okay, and who would you like to be involved in that meeting?
Well, my payroll manager,
Okay, and his or her name?
Henry.
Henry? And anyone else?
No, I think Henry and myself are probably good for that.
Okay, and he'll have access to that 941
Yeah,
that we're
he's
looking at?
the one in charge of all the bookkeeping. Well, he doesn't do it, but he's the one that kind of oversees all of that, so he'll have those numbers.
So both you and Henry in that meeting?
Right.
Okay. And what is a good time of day to come out and see you and do this type of an audit?
I usually do meetings at 10 a.m.
Okay, is there any special day that works best for you?
Just either Mondays or Wednesdays.
Okay, which do you prefer?
Wednesdays.
Okay, Wednesdays at 10 a.m. And would you like to do that meeting here, or would you like to come to my office?
No, it's easier here if you don't mind coming.
Okay. And remind me again, why would this be important to your business?
Well, you have me curious as to whether or not at the end of the year I'm gonna be way too far off, because that's gonna affect our annual profits, which affects the bonus, which affects plans that we have for next year. So
yeah, it's going to probably be a part of your projections for 2016.
exactly.
Okay. And with regards to a claim review, how would you like to see that structured?
Reviewing claims, I don't think I've ever really done that, to be honest with you. So I'm not sure exactly how that would go.
That works. Are you interested in finding out about the status of your claims? Those 3 or 4
Yeah, if I
claims
could
that you
get
have
a
out there?
status, at least, on a quarterly basis, it could be done over email. I'm not sure if this is another meeting or not, but yeah, it's definitely.
Well, you know what? It might be good for us just to kind of sit down. If we do identify any threads or common threads running through, we might want to set up another appointment for perhaps putting together a strategy.
Okay.
Who would be involved in that meeting?
My HR manager,
And who's that?
Diana,
Okay.
another Diana.
Another Diana. And how often would you like to take a look at the status of your claims?
Well, quarterly sounds good.
Okay. Actually, it makes sense if maybe the same time that we do your payroll review that we
Right.
maybe
Yeah,
do,
if we could
right?
do that at the same time, then that's
Okay,
like Wednesdays
so
at 10 is fine. We can
Wednesdays.
incorporate those two. That'll save me some time.
Okay, and I'll put down for like maybe 10:45, so just to kind of be able to put it in your schedule.
Sure.
All right, and Diana, your HR person will be there, so it'll also be here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and again, why is this important for you?
Well, claims, wow, well, claims, I think there are some claims that I feel like, I've never looked at our claims, but I feel like there's some of them that should have been closed already a long time ago.
Right.
Because I know we paid out a lot of stuff, so it would be interesting to see where we're at that process. And I feel like I'm a little out of the loop.
Okay. Boy, can you imagine what kind of what your bottom line would look like if we could kind of get our handle and a strategy around those claims?
Yeah, it would definitely be interesting to find out what the bottom line would look like if those claims didn't exist. It would be an interesting scenario.
Yeah, it would. Okay, so if I hear you tell me what you want, Wednesday at 10 a.m. and probably coming up at the end of the next quarter, because that'll be halfway through your year, we'll sit down and take a look at your payroll, and we'll go ahead and have Henry involved with us, your accounting guy, because he can bring us the documentation or the data that we need, and we'll have the meeting here, and that'll kind of give you an idea of what's going on with your profit margins for your year, what you need to look for bonuses, and also if there might be any outlay of cash at the end for your workers' comp. Okay. And with regards to your payroll reporting, we just did payroll reporting. Sorry about that. Your claims reporting. We're going to meet right after we have the payroll meeting.
Right.
And you're going to have Diana in there with Diana as your HR person. Is going to also be involved. And we're going to have it about the same time, just right after our meeting here for payroll. And just to get you up to speed on where your claims are right now and what that might be costing you and what we might do to turn that around and keep profits in-house.
Exactly.
Okay. Do I have that? Am I on track?
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
Okay. Well, there it is. There's your plan. What would you like me to do?
Well, geez, if you can write that up in a proposal, that would be great.
Well, that's the easy part. Can we talk about the hard part?
Okay, sure. What's the hard part?
The hard, well, say that we're about 8 weeks down the road and there's a proposal on the table. It's got everything in it you said that you wanted. And in the meantime, you've had an opportunity to check us out, make sure that we're the real deal and we do what we say we're going to do. We've looked at the bottom line. It's the premium numbers are competitive. And you say to yourself, I think I might have found my new agent. Can you imagine that happening?
Yeah, I can definitely imagine that happening.
Okay, that's going to create a dilemma for you. Can we talk about that?
Sure, what's the dilemma, Michelle?
The dilemma is, once you decide that I'm your new agent, how are you going to tell your old agent that it's over?
Oh, I'll just have to tell him.
That easy?
Sure.
Can I tell you what's going to happen?
Sure.
Okay. The minute he finds out that you're looking to make a change, he's going to jump in his car and he's going to drive over here and he's with a big wine and cheese basket. He's going to run in your door of your office and he's going to say, Diana, here's the wine. You pop the wine, I'll slice the cheese, and then he's going to jump up in your lap and remind you of all of the things that he's done for you over the years. Now that might not be a lot, but he's going to have a few things that are going to stick out in your mind, and he's going to try to convince you to do absolutely nothing and keep everything status quo. And I'm curious, when he does that, how are you going to handle it?
Well, Michelle, I'm just going to have to tell him that it's over because I can't have status quo. You know, we need to make some changes.
Okay, and you're comfortable with that?
Absolutely.
Okay. So
if you can do everything you say you're going to do, then I can definitely make that change.
Okay, so it's done.
It's done.
Okay, then I'll get to work.
Perfect. Thank you.